Hello everyone, welcome to a new video interview at Choconet Gaming News. Today we'll bring you the voice from one of the leading providers and creators of online casino games for the global iGaming industry, which is Wazdan. So today we'll be in conversation with the company's CEO, Michal Imiolek. So welcome, Michael, and thanks for your time to speak today with Choconet.
Thank you very much for having me. Again, please accept my apologies for delaying and postponing this meeting so many times. We're super busy, but I'm extremely happy that you have us in here, and that we'll have a chance to speak a little bit about us and probably the markets.
For sure, of course, we understand, and it's great to have you at Choconet to discuss all these interesting things that are going on with the iGaming industry today. Amid this pandemic scenario with many operators trying to enhance their online offerings, and Wazdan is showing a very strong presence in the New Jersey, in particular in the US. Everyone is watching the US market very closely. So maybe we could start by having your own description, your overall description of the company's situation today. Your Wazdan's business profile and where the focus is today for Wazdan.
Sure. So Wazdan is among the, as you mentioned already, is among the fastest growing European slot development studios nowadays, which I'm extremely proud of. We operate in 16 regulated markets at the moment. On top of the, we have, of course, the gambling licenses from MGA, UK Gambling Commission, Swedish Gaming Authority, Hellenic Gaming Commission, and so on and so on. We are always focusing on the regulated opportunities. At the moment, we are releasing around 12 top shelf titles annually. What is very important actually is the fact that we are not skimming games. So we are not really getting rid of the graphic and putting the new graphic on top of the game. We're always trying the games to be totally unique, to have some different features, tweaked features based, of course, on our experience from the past. As Wazdan, we are on the market for more than a decade already, hiring over 150 employees. And what is super important is that we wouldn't be here without them. So it's very important to, it's super to have such a dedicated team. And I'm not only talking about the sales and account management, which are actually the face of the company, but I'm talking about all those people sitting, a little bit in the back, but responsible from for creating the game from the beginning. So we do have the mathematicians, we do have the developers, we have our own graphic designers, sound designers, animators, administrators, tech team, etc., etc. So only thanks to them and their dedication, we are in the place where we are at the moment. What is also quite important is that actually, even though as the company we exist on the market for more than 10 years, our seniors employees responsible for departments has quite extensive experience, because they are on the market in average for more than 20 years. So again, the knowledge experience is definitely on our side. It is super cool to see that even though there are in the industry for such a long time, we never lost the passion and willingness to do quite extraordinary things to our clients and to create and supply the premium products to them. From the strategic point of view, we are at the moment focusing on geographic expansion. That is why also we decided to enter the US market.
Well, that was my following question. Thank you very much for this comprehensive insights into the company's profile today. But if you can elaborate into why you have decided to debut in New Jersey, I believe it was 3 months ago. Why has the US market and this state in particular draw your attention, and you have decided to expand into this very competitive and fast-growing market?
Mm-hmm. Actually, the answer will be quite short, which is why not? I mean, the thing is that, again, I mentioned that we are focusing on the geographic expansion, that global expansion. There's no sense in staying in the same environment that you are. If you want to develop yourself, if you want to achieve, additional goals, you have to go a little bit wider. New Jersey was the first state that opened, and actually we decided to try it. It was like a natural step for us. To see what will happen. It is of course challenging. It is of course completely new. Nevertheless, again, it's like the huge step. It's a mile step for us and stone for us, actually, in terms of North America expansion. So we are extremely thrilled to see how the market will evolve. Will change, because probably most of us knows that it will be tweaked in some time, and we simply want to see what will happen and what the next month will bring. So yeah, that's actually the simplest story we have behind.
Sure, and if you had to assess your performance and feedback so far in the state, what would it be? What have operators and players giving you as feedback these past months?
Well, it's telling the truth, it's quite difficult to establish, because on one hand, in order to work effectively on the market, you do need to have proper feedback from the environment, from the players and operators. We are receiving it. Nevertheless, it's still not enough for us to establish the proper route. Of course, we do have some sort of plans in our mind. Nevertheless, it's still too early to say that if, for example, if the first batch of the games we released will be successful or not. The numbers are really nice. They are even higher than we expected. Nevertheless, again, we need a little bit more time. If we'll have a chance to speak in, let's say, 6 months from now, I'm quite confident that I'll be able to give you the further feedback and more, in-depth knowledge about what is happening over there and what the next steps will be. But it's still quite early. The market, it's still establishing. The fact that we are a game development studio from Europe, on one hand, it's helping us because it's giving some sort of freshness to the market. On the other hand, we need to work very hard on the brand awareness. Players need to be aware that the companies like Wazdan exist, and the games that we are putting on the market are something that they should be aware of, and definitely should try and see if it simply suits them.
Sure. Well, and sticking with New Jersey, back in July, you announced 6 certified slots in this state, and then you introduced some innovation, including the cash drop tool. So I was wondering, what do these innovations represent? What do you think these new features represent for the US market and the US gaming industry in general?
Mm-hmm. Indeed, I mean, we introduced the first batch of the games, which were properly and very wisely picked just for the beginning. So it was like Sizzling 777 Deluxe, Luck Reels, Space Spins. We had Power of Gods, Magic Stars 3, and Magic Fruits Deluxe, if I was not mistaken. And all these 6 games are already live on the market. All of them has the opportunity to launch the cash drop. And the cash drop functionality and in general, the cash drop tool, it's a little bit like the additional layer put on top of the slots. It's a gamification tool which helps operators create specific promotion, which gives which delivers actually the additional prizes to the players playing our slots. In most of the cases, we're doing it in cooperation with the operator. So we are setting up what they are interested to give to the players, and can be almost everything starting from cash prizes to normal rewards. We can give everything from the system point of view, but of course it depends how the operator feels about their own customers, how he would like to launch it, because the amount of options that he has, it's simply tremendous. And indeed, we are expecting to have massive growth due to this promotion tool in the US. What is quite important that in Europe, among the European operators, it is super popular, mainly because it simply delivers, you know. I was even asked I asked our team to prepare some sort of numbers about it, just to share it with you. And it is quite interesting that basically the amount of unique active players during the promotion period doubled. So there are 2 times more players, which are actually playing almost 3 times more game rounds at the same specific time. And the bet sum increased by 400%, almost 400%. So it is quite interesting to see that it is indeed working. And at the moment, we would like to simply evaluate how attractive it will be for players in US. Fingers crossed, of course. The first tryouts are actually behind us, and yeah, we are quite happy.
I'm sure you are, and these are very significant numbers. So I would like to ask you about another feature we covered at Show.net, and really it looked very interesting, which is volatility levels, because I mean we haven't seen this kind of technology so many times that allows players to customize their volatility levels for the game. So maybe you can tell us a little more about this innovation from Wazdan.
Indeed, I mean, as you mentioned, it's quite unique on the market, because I don't really reckon anyone at the moment can do something like that. I mean, on the one hand, from the player point of view, it's quite a simple feature, because by clicking one button and within the game, you can switch between the volatilities of the game. I will not be explaining what the volatility is, because I do believe that all of us and our audience knows exactly. Sure. But the cool thing is that such a switch can give the player ability and a possibility to tweak the game in order to simply meet his preferences. So if you are a player who would like to just, you know, play around and spend quite long time with the game, you are picking your own volatility. If you are more willing to play aggressively, you are changing the volatility to a different level. The coolest thing in here is that it's not actually changing the RTP of the game. So it's very important for operators. There's no need to be afraid of the situation that the game starts to behave in a very weird way, you know, and the numbers will start growing or I mean, grow, it's not a problem, but going low. Yeah. The RTP is totally at the same time. And actually, the player is getting like 3 games in one, because there's no need to change anything to go to a different game. And that's super unique also for a US market, because that's the first time when they can customize their own volatility, and within the game they can, in the live environment, change the volatility of the game. And simply, you know, depending on the game, I want to feel the thrill, I'll change it. You know, I want to play soft and for a longer time, I will amend it. So it is indeed quite innovative, very unique, and definitely something which help us stand out from the competition, from the crowd.
Sure. Well, yeah, it looks very interesting, and also, well, we've been discussing a lot about all the new offerings that the mobile first technologies are offering for the iGaming industry in general. So what's an approach to these kind of technologies? Which role are mobile first technologies playing in the market and in your business in particular?
I mean, basically, I do believe that you also agree with that. Mobiles and mobile technology is something that already stick to us, like completely. I cannot really imagine how we would live right now without the mobile technology and basically without the mobiles. I even read quite recently the article, I believe on your site, about the fact that 95.3% of all slots players, they are actually playing on mobile.
Yeah, it was a recent research.
You see, so actually it's super interesting. I mean, from obvious reasons, we are a slot developer. We listen the market, and we knew that something like this may happen. And actually, it is increasing every single year, you know. And thanks to this, like a couple of years ago, we decided to take the approach, mobile first approach. So we are designing the games for mobile first, and then we are adding all the cherry on the top to have it on the desktop. What is very important is that basically our mobile products, mobile games, they do have their own control panel, of course, tailored. The graphics and animations are specifically developed for the mobile phones. What is also very important is that we do have, we are calling it special Wazdan feature, which is energy saving mode. And that's something actually we developed when we were getting the feedback from the market. The market was saying that basically all the games, all the slot games, not only our games, they're extremely energy consuming. So we decided to find the balance between the superb graphic and the need of energy consumption. And actually, right now, we were also evaluating it. And it seems that we were able to reduce the energy consumption by 40%. So players can play way longer. And actually, the feeling that they're getting from the game, it's not really changing, because it's very difficult. You know, the mobile phones and basically mobile devices are still quite small. So you will not see the differences. You will not see the lack of graphics, etc. The feeling will be totally the same. But yeah, they will be able to play way longer than before.
Right. Well, and you know, in the US, we've seen many new markets trying to regulate and open mobile iGaming, including New York recently. So I was wondering which are the main or the key markets that the Wazdan would have in mind, and would be most attractive to, besides New Jersey, of course, and which one will you focus on in the coming months or years, and why?
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, in US, it's quite natural to go right now to Michigan, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. These are the new possibilities for us. I mean, Pennsylvania is of course like the second largest online casino market right now. So it is booming. Again, I mean, every single time when we do have the possibility to enter a new market, we'll do it, you know, and it's also connected with something I told you totally at the beginning. So we are extremely willing to get additional attraction from the market to be more visible on the market. So that is why we have to follow the legislations. We have to follow the additional states. And simply, you know, try to be as competitive over there as it's only possible. So that's the aim right now. Every single probably market right now in US which will be opening will be carefully considered, and most likely we'll try to be there. I mean, it will be even, you know, not really wise to make a huge first step with the New Jersey and then stop. You know, it's not what we do.
Sure. I'm sure you are. Well, thank you very much for all these insights, and I think they are very useful for JoinNet readers and viewers, and we'll try to catch up again soon, maybe in a few months, to see how things are going in the US and how Wazdan is developing new innovations for the global industry. So thank you very much, and looking forward to our next chat.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.